Sagittarius. Hello, my darlings. How are you? Welcome to your reading from the week of the 9th of August, 2022, or just whenever you find me. That's fine too. In either case, I do hope this reading finds you well. We have two cards for you, my darlings. We have Inner Child and Responsibility. I'll hold the cards up in a moment. The words on the card are Inner Child, Playfulness, Lightheartedness, Innocence and Wonder. And on Responsibility, self-discipline, empowerment, reliability, and fulfillment. I actually feel like these are two opposing messages. So you may be feeling a little bit split at the moment, Sagittarius. You may be feeling like you want to be in touch with your inner child, but you feel all these responsibilities kind of coming in on you. All right. In either case, both cards are kind of sitting into that solar plexus chakra point. It's that place where you can tap into that sense of who you are, knowing who you are. It's actually a really good energy to be tapped into for the next couple of days if you're watching this on the 9th or thereabouts, because we are still in the energy of the Lionsgate portal. Now, I have done a collective reading on my page as well if you do want to have a look at that. But to connect in with that solar plexus energy, it's about tapping into your inner Leo. So the Lionsgate portal obviously does occur under the sun sign of Leo. So stepping into that sense of knowing who you are, that sense of empowerment. It's also obviously a good time for manifesting, about abundance. So if you are interested, do have a look. If any other messages that are in line with the Lionsgate portal energy come through, I will touch on those as well. Okay, Sagittarius, you also have from the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck, you have Vesta, which is home. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. Okay, so again, lots of golden colors in this card. So again, sort of leaning into that solar plexus chakra, also into the oranges as well. So they're looking at that place of safety and security, safety of emotions potentially as well. Now, this did also come up, this idea of potentially moving also came up in the collective reading. So again, if that does resonate for you, the message was that for some of my viewers, you may be considering paring down. You may be even considering moving location, moving even to a smaller place. All right, if you're in a big place with too many things, you might be considering a bit of a shift in that way. So if that resonates, as I said, please do have a look at that collective reading. So the energy coming into the week for you is death. Okay, so this is a transformation for you, Sagittarius. This is, I guess, clearing out what no longer serves you and moving into a place of rebirth, if you will. All right. So we need to grow us a fresh garden. We need all the good stuff from the manure, if you will. All right. Because that's what makes a thriving garden. So this is the energy, as I said, coming into the start of the week for you. So this could be from last week, but I do feel like it's more of a longer term thing. I feel like this is a process you've been going through where you have gradually been plowing your fields, turning the manure in and using it. I feel like you're in control of this transformation. I feel like you're using the manure wisely to know where to invest and to know what seeds to plant as you move forward. I feel like you realize that you have been in the cocoon stage and that you are in the process. It's still a process for you of emerging the butterfly. Okay. The energy that is taking us out of this week into future potential energies, and again, this could be next month, next year, next week, you do have the moon. So I do feel like for some of you, there could be this idea of still kind of turning the light on maybe some dark corners that haven't been investigated up until now. So I do feel like you've got a solid base in terms of where you're coming from. So I do feel like For some reason, I don't know if it's because my house is a complete mess at the moment, but I keep wanting to talk about dust in the corners. So I feel like for the most part, the house or the room is pretty clean, but I just feel like if you turn the light on, turn the light up a little bit, you will see a few little dust bunnies in the corners that maybe you can get in and just kind of give a final sweep, a final clean. You may even need to get in on your hands and knees and give a good scrub, okay? So as I said, it's mostly clean, but there might just be these few things that are hidden from you that need a little bit of clearing out. Now, the moon can indicate that it is potentially to do with some fears, some insecurities, maybe a little bit of shadow work, some triggers or patterns. So I am feeling, getting the sense that this could be related to some childhood patterning, or it could even be related to past life patterning as well. But in any case, it could potentially be something that's holding you back and slowing you down. So as I said, do take it as it resonates. To that end, obviously, not everything in the readings will resonate for everybody, so please do take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind. So the first card out we have is the Ace of Cups, and this is in the position of obstacles, blocks, gifts, and strengths. Obviously, this is going to be a gift or a strength for us. Now, you may have seen me just put 2 cards back. I am guided by the messages that I am getting from my guides and source as to what the appropriate cards are at any given time. So if I get a number of cards fall down, I do get guidance as to which card or whether it's all of them to be included. Okay, so do bear that in mind. Don't look at it and go, no, you shouldn't pick up those 2 cards. All right, let's have a look at the next card out. Is in the position of career and finances. Now, I also do not adhere strictly to the positioning. I also, again, take intuitive messages and in terms of the relationships with the other cards as well. So, but in terms of career and finances, again, so this is another example of the messages from my guides and from source, is that 2 cards came out here and I was instructed to take them both. Okay, so we do have the 6 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. So in terms of career and finances, this is a really interesting message because they're essentially 2 different cards. They're 2 different meanings, but I feel like they're related. So I'm not quite sure what that looks like. There's a vague kind of picture that's coming through, and I'm getting the sense it will become more clear as I talk about it. So the first card out we have here is the 6 of Wands. So in terms of career, finances, I do feel like, resources, etc., I do feel like you are receiving, or you have received, recognition and reward for the hard work that you've done. You've received recognition and reward for where you've got to. The 8 of Swords talks about this idea of feeling restricted, feeling trapped. So this is what's coming through for me with the 2 cards together. So I feel like you may have received this recognition and this, I guess, this reward for the hard work that you've done, but you still feel trapped, okay? You still feel like you're stuck. So the sense that I'm getting is that some of you actually want to move on. Some of you want to break free of these ropes and push these swords over. You are strong and independent and bold and brave like this horse. You don't want to be restrained and restricted. You want to move forward. Excuse me, my voice just cracked there. You want to move forward. So the message that is coming through is, so there may be a little bit of, I can't move forward because I've just been recognized for this. But the message that is coming through is put your wants and desires first, okay? Put who you are first. Look at what your inner child might want to do. What would your inner child do, okay? Would your inner child stay bound and restricted and trapped? And again, this is this idea of this sense of responsibility, all right? You feel like you may have this sense of responsibility that may see that you feel trapped in this situation. So I do feel for some of you, there may be a little bit of courage that is required to break free on the back of this being awarded or recognized in some way, okay? But there is more that is available to you once you do break those ropes, and once you step free and allow yourself to be that free version of that horse that is bounding forward, like this inner child who is literally jumping for joy. Okay. So the next card out is going to be, as I said, loosely in the positioning of your health, and that's health in terms of body, mind, and soul. So you do have the World card. So I do feel like this is less about physical health. I do feel like this is potentially about mental and emotional health. I do feel in terms of your mental and emotional health that you do feel like you've kind of got the world at your fingertips, okay? And again, I'm coming back to this idea of this Eight of Swords, where you want to explore, you want to step out into something new. There may be some fears that are potentially holding you back. That Eight of Swords is often related to fears, and they can be fears that are unfounded. So if that does resonate for you, please do take that message, because you are in a process of transformation, okay? You are in the process of stepping out of the cocoon and flying off into the sunset as the butterfly. So whether that be you stepping into a brand new world, either physically or metaphorically, so this could actually be a physical move for you. Some of you could be across town, it could be across the country, it could be across the world. This is the World card. The other thing here too, though, is that beautiful, serene look on that fox's face. So it could be that some of you are feeling very peaceful about some decisions and some events that are occurring in your life, okay? And you may be tapping into more of a meditative state and receiving guidance in that way. I am also being reminded to bring this World card back to this Vesta card, this Home card, and reminding you, as I spoke about here, there could be a change in your living environment with the World card. This is being confirmed here with that Vesta card again. I'll read those words again. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants, okay? So as I said, there is a potential move for some of you, and I do feel like that move will bring out this inner child, this joy and abundance and playfulness and this sense of excitement and wonder for you. Now, I do want to just come back to, before I move on, this responsibility card. Okay, so I just want to come back to the words on the card here, and the words are self-discipline, empowerment, reliability, and fulfillment. So the message, the words on the card are not consistent with the message that I was receiving from Spirit about you being a little bit torn between this idea of wanting to run free, the inner child, the wild horse, and this sense of responsibility. So that's the message that was coming through with this card and is still coming through. I do feel like it's not so much about the words on the card here. I feel like this is an invitation for you to question whether you are tied into some responsibilities and that are stopping you from being free. The other important thing that's coming through with this card is that this is a seedling, okay? And we can see it's got so much potential for growth. It's got so much light that is coming from it. So again, not necessarily related to the words in the card. It is more about, this is an opportunity for you to grow, for you to become the seedling and grow into a large solid tree that can bring shelter and security and safety to all around you. Okay, so the final card we are looking for is, as I said, loosely in the position of relationships. We will see if it is related to that position or the overall message in general. Okay, so I'm being told we're taking both of these cards, but not that one, which is good. We don't want to take the Tower card. I was told to not take that before we saw it. So we will go with the instructions from my guides. Now, apologies, I did just realize I did miss the Ace of Cups here, and this is in the position of gifts and strengths for you. This is a new opportunity, a gift from the universe offering you the potential for a new start. This could be an offer of new love, but it's in all ways, the Ace of Cups is an offer of bringing in something that is, the cup here is overflowing, and it's overflowing with emotion. It's overflowing with joy and abundance and love and all the good heart feels. The important thing with this card to remember, and I love the way the book describes it, is that octopus tentacle is grabbing that cup very enthusiastically, okay? It knows when to take the opportunity, but it's also very perceptive to its environment. So with all of those suckers on that tentacle, and 8 of those tentacles, it's extremely receptive to its environment. It also goes with the flow and knows when is the right opportunity to reach that tentacle out. So that's the additional message that's coming through here, is for you to be fluid in your movement as you move through the world, and also to be very receptive to your environment, knowing when is the best opportunity for you to grab that gift, that new opportunity, and run with it. And similarly here in the relationships card, again, not necessarily related to relationships. It could well be that these 2 aces here, for some of you, are offering a new relationship. The Ace of Cups can be an offer of a new love, and the Ace of Wands with this card, it could be a new love that is extremely passionate and exciting, and it offers a great potential for a great adventure, so that could certainly be the case for some of you watching. For others, this Ace of Wands, in terms of relationships, could just be a new path in terms of new relationships in general, or it could just be in terms of the reading of the whole. As a whole, we are seeing new starts for you with the 2 aces, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Death card, stepping into something new. We've got this seedling here, this new growth, okay? So there's every indication that there is this new growth for you, these new beginnings, okay? So whether that is as a whole, as I said, where that energy is kind of spread right throughout, so that Ace of Wands could be as a whole, that new beginning, that new start, that new road to things that make you passionate and excited. Could be as a whole, or it could be to do with relationships. So as I said, do take it as it resonates. But in terms of relationships, we do have the 6 of Cups. Now, this is obviously a very particular message in terms of relationships. So there may be some nostalgia that you are kind of in a space of at the moment. You could be reflecting on past relationships. You could be reflecting, and I want to say back, and I want to accentuate the word back, okay? So you're reflecting back and you're going, well, this relationship offered me that, and this relationship offered me that. I feel like the invitation is to not get stuck in the past and to look to the future, okay? So look to the future road of relationships and where they can take you, all right? If we've moved on from a relationship or relationships, there is likely a reason for it. So the river only flows forward. We don't go back up the river unless we're a salmon. That's a different story. But we don't go backwards, okay? We want to step into whatever is new and in front of us and exciting and passionate. As I said, we've got this inner child here, exciting, passionate. It's a new adventure. Sagittarius, that is all good, my friends. I do love it. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do like, share and subscribe. Feel free to jump on and have a look at that Lionsgate portal collective reading if you are drawn to. There are some messages in there that may assist you as well. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you next week. All right, my friends. Bye-bye.